Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, who encourages all members to update their contact information at mte.com. That way you'll receive timely alerts about outages, billing, and more. And this segment is brought to you by our friends at Syscorp Computer Services. In healthcare, every second counts. Syscorp Computer Services ensures secure, dependable IT support, allowing medical staff to concentrate on patient care instead of technical issues, like I've been having. Syscorp makes compliance simple. Visit sys-corp.net. That's sys-corp.net. Our friends from Special Kids join us today, and we've got a really special show here for you. From Special Kids, Kasey Ewing. Kasey's been on the air a few times, but you're fairly new in your role of Director of Development. How long now, Kasey?
We're coming up on a year.
Coming up on a year. Boy, time
Almost
flies.
There. Doesn't it? I know.
Yeah, time flies.
It's amazing.
And you're no longer the newest family member at Special Kids, right?
We have a special guest and a member now of our staff here. So she's interned with us a little bit. Now we're making an official position. Nice.
Chloe Burns is here. Chloe, good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Pull those mics up real close, like as close as, this is really uncomfortable, and then pull it closer. That'll get us there. So you are the investor relations specialist now?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about that.
So kind of what I do is I like the term generosity facilitator because we take care of the people who are very generous and give us money so we can keep our doors open.
Yeah.
So I talk to people, ask them for money, love on them, make them feel a part of the Special Kids community when we're not asking them for money.
Right. Okay. Well, that's important because without money, the program wouldn't operate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Special Kids is, for lack of a better word, special to you, I would think, right?
Yes.
So maybe tell us a little bit about your history before becoming the investor relations specialist.
Okay, well, I am a neonatal stroke survivor. So at birth, I was very scary to look at. I had lots of tubes and patches on my chest and tubes in my face. And that I was on the ECMO machine because I was born with hypertension of the lungs, and they needed to give my lungs a chance to rest. So I was on the ECMO machine, and that's why I had all those tubes in there. And I was on the ECMO machine, and that is why I had the stroke. So I needed occupational and physical therapy, and so I was recommended by my pediatrician as an 8-year-old, and went there in 2 stints, 8 to 13, and then I went for physical therapy as a teenager because I have a leg length discrepancy.
You have a what now?
A leg length discrepancy. So one of my legs is shorter than the other.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you probably don't remember those very early newborn days with all the tubes and stuff.
No.
You've seen pictures, though.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, and my parents get emotional about talking it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot about ECMO, especially since COVID and all that kind of thing. But that actually helped keep you alive, it sounds like.
Yeah, and caused a stroke, But
Well, it kept you alive and caused the stroke. That's...
which way would you rather die or have a stroke? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, well, obviously in your mid-20s, we'll call it. Now you have kind of come full circle with all of this. So pretty cool with that, huh?
Yeah.
Talk about your parents a little bit because so a little bit about my background. My wife has CP.
Okay.
So, her parents, and this was 70s. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how old we are. But, her parents were told, just leave her behind.
Oh.
And, try again. She's always going to be this way or that way. And, she wound up, a college graduate, mother of 2, now a grandma.
Oh, wow.
you can go through a lot of things, but I know her parents, that she had to go through surgeries and had to have the heel cord thing done and all of that. So as a kid, so it was hard, and she's one of 8 kids. She's the second of 8, but you have to have strong parents, and I'm sure you do.
No,
that's the
they're
long way
awesome.
around.
They're amazing. They advocated for me as a kid, and I'm one of 6. I'm number 4 out of 6. But yeah, so there was no indication in my mom's pregnancy that I would end up special needs, and then they're just like, we have to do what we have to do for her. And Special Kids helped my parents figure out the right questions to ask. Okay, how are we going to get her braces? How are we going to get her shoes? What do we need to do for her? But they raised me with my siblings, as I was one of the gang. Like, yes, I had some limitations, but I had to work through those limitations to see, if I could learn how to climb a tree, so I am not medically normal, but I don't see myself kind of as disabled.
Right. Well, siblings, are they brothers, sisters, mixed?
I have both.
Okay.
Yes, I have both.
Older brothers, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
And an older sister, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, of the 8, I think one's a stepsister. Yeah, 7. There was one girl, and she was born really late. So my wife, Heather, was one of, a household of boys, and so roughhousing, all that stuff. So I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I know. I can hold my own.
You're just that's exactly the words that she would say with that. The physical therapy part that happened years later, that was obviously very important.
Yes, yeah. So my gait was off. My ankle grows supinated, so that means it grows inward. So we had to get an AFO, a foot ankle orthotic, to straighten that out, and I have to wear that for the rest of my life because it just happens. And I have chronic knee issues because of it, because of the stroke. And so we worked just to kind of figure out how I could walk in a brace, walk normally. They taught me how to walk upstairs, and taught me how to ride a bike, and hey, let's work with different stretches to like keep your your muscles, your thigh muscles, your hip muscles where you can walk right. And I loved going. I managed to like make connections with my amazing therapist, and they helped me become independent, but I don't remember a lot of everything they went through.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure.
I only listened to the high notes. I blocked the rest out.
The reason I wanted to ask you about those things is, you're a walking, talking billboard for special kids.
Yes.
You have to. You've got the easiest job of all. I would think.
Yeah, and and going there as a kid, I love my siblings, but they are medically normal. That, it was kind of rough being a teenager and being like, why can't I do X? Why can't I wear X? Why can't I do that? But going to special kids, and now that I'm older, I can now process this. When you see people and kids who have the same things on their legs, or, the same thing on your hand, you're like, oh, this is a part of life. And you learn how to kind of accept yourself in a way that you didn't have in a different setting. And so I kind of became a part of a community, and I'm like, this is me, and there are parts of myself that I still don't accept, and I still have to work on that. But I kind of like, this
Welcome
is me.
to adulthood.
Thank you. But it's something I'm working on, but I'm part of the community, and this is, I'm not, I don't see it as shame or anything.
Sure.
It's me.
So this, I guess we could call it your third stint with special kids.
Yes.
How did you get here? School, college? What led you to this point?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine. The dream job was to work for special kids, and being a patient, I always thought it was going to be a therapist. And then I decided not to go to college, and I don't have a college degree to this day. But I got back into sharing my story as the Impact Story back in November, and I was invited in March to share my story at a cottage party. And I asked the woman who was hosting it, who is an employee of Special Kids, I was like, hey, is there any way I could do what you do? And she was like, yeah, let me look into it. And I got my job offer in April.
Really?
So yeah.
This last April, huh?
Yep.
So fairly new to the job.
Yes.
You've taken that from Kasey, you know.
Yes, I have.
So what's it like?
It's amazing. I've been in a lot of high stress jobs, and then like on my drive home, it's just like peace when I get in the car, and it's just awesome. And then, you know, you really feel the impact because we are on campus, so we don't work with the kids, but we get to see them. And you're like, I work for 600 amazing kids. That's kind of like my mission. I work for the kids, and it's awesome to see like the miracles happen.
Kasey, so what's it like having Chloe around now?
We love it. She's just this bright, fresh spring air that kind of walks in every morning, and just excited to be here. And that reminder of what we do matters. You know, it can, we don't get to work with the kids. We get to see them, but sometimes it just, you know, work is work still, you know, and every day you're like, okay, why are we doing what we're doing for the kids, you know? And then to walk in and to see the whole story come full circle in Chloe is that just impact that we need, and then the impact that the community can now see of you know, this is why we do what we do, and this is why when you give, this is what happens, the result. And so my first event was fall golf, which Chloe shared her story at, and I just watched, you know, a group of guys that really all they care about is coming to play you know, a round of golf. They're glad to help, you know, but it's about the golf, of course, which we want it to be. But just to see her and to hear her share where she had been was just this kind of moment of,
they all ended up applauding.
Yes, they did. They applauded for her, you know, as she's sharing what she, you know, that she, in her job at Piggly Wiggly, saves and gives back to special kids, you know. And so you've got this group of gentlemen just kind of watching, and I'm just kind of watching it all unfold to see her story and the impact. And so kind of from our side, you know, it's like that seed starts getting planted of how can we allow Chloe to share her story more? Where else can we? And so she really started coming to different events that we had, and just kind of on the back end, just trying to figure out, okay, how do we position her in a place that she could do this more regularly. And so we started out with an internship and just kind of coming in and sharing our story and going to meet with some of our investors, and calling just all our monthly givers, just saying, hey, because you're giving, this happens. I'm here now. And so it's just like you said, she's the billboard. And so, you know, now I call people and they're like, can I talk to Chloe? You know, they all want to hear from Chloe, which it just goes to show what happens at Special Kids, and the result of it is very impactful.
Yeah. Now, Special Kids is unique in the fact that not only are there those with special needs, but it's you grew up in a household that had, you know, what did you call them? Medically normal.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So, but that's what Special Kids does. And it really, can change the perspective of someone who maybe isn't special needs, a kid in Special Kids.
Oh, yes. And I mean, there's OT, PT, speech therapy, feeding. I think it's probably one of our most popular therapies right now, because so many kids are struggling with just texture issues, that are just struggling to eat food that isn't, they might be medically normal, might not. You know, all the, I don't know all the terms y'all use. I try to just stay away from terming anybody.
That one was mine. You can use it.
That's not an official term for anybody to know. But it just, you know, and like even like my kids growing up, you know, I had one that really struggled with, you know, with texture issues. And when we grew up, or we raised our kids, whatever you put on the plate, you eat it. And if you don't, you're in trouble. I mean, that's just kind of the way it was. And so I still have a child that won't eat chicken now because we forced him to eat chicken, you know. And so
I'm that way with eggplant. Don't feel bad.
See, I'm not the only one that ruined our kid. And a lot of it is parent education, you know. Yeah. And a lot of our parents just, they don't know what to do, and our therapists help.
It's overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming.
There is no parent handbook, right?
No,
you know?
There's not.
And then when you have a special needs child, it's like the normal handbook just gets chucked out the window, because as you age, as somebody with special needs, you can have problems just come up out of the blue, and you're like, this needs to be fixed. And so it's an ongoing process. Yeah. You know, my chronic knee issues didn't start until I was 13.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's like there's there might be something every year, and so
Yeah.
it's overwhelming.
My after our second daughter was born, my wife was in the hospital for like
Oh.
2 months before she was born, and she was about 6 weeks premature. But she was all great and fine. But that long of a time in the hospital bed led to her hip issue, and they determined, well, your
Yeah.
hip is supposed to be a ball and socket, but it's more like an egg and socket.
Ooh.
And so no cartilage. So
Ooh.
she had to have a full hip replacement.
Oh Lord.
And you're right. These things just kind of
Yeah.
pop up out of the blue. And
Yeah.
so how do you deal with those?
Yeah.
Special Kids has had such an impact here, not only in Rutherford County with its start, but in Middle Tennessee. And Kasey, there are ways to give to Special Kids, but there are also events. So kind of give me any information here in our last couple of minutes you want to share.
Yeah, so we can always get on our website, specialkidstn.com, and we are launching a new website in the middle of next month, so that's exciting. And but it'll be the same address, whatever you want to call them. And then we have golf that's coming up October 24th, Cedar Crest. We do 2 golf tournaments a year, and so our golfers really love that. And then we have a very special event coming up at Five Senses on August 21st. Our board is hosting just kind of a meet and greet, and we have one of our large endowment donors, somebody that's just really taking care of it's kind of a secret surprise that's going to be for everybody that's really just kind of helped us grow Special Kids throughout the years. And he's really just been foundational in helping Special Kids stay afloat. And so he's going to come and share just why he gives to Special Kids and has helped us for so many years. And then we'll have one of our parents just share how important it is. And of course, Chloe will be there, and everybody will want to talk to Chloe.
The star of the show.
The star of the show. So, and Chloe's always here. She gives tours. We love for y'all to come on campus now. And for a while we were closed off at campus after COVID, and now we can you can come look and see what we do. Go down to nursing. We kind of just talked about therapy today, just from Chloe had experience at therapy, but we also have nursing where our medically fragile kids can come from Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5, so the parents can work. And so that's another just huge important role that we play in Middle Tennessee, just to allow those that are medically fragile, that need nurse care, that need feeding, those different things throughout the day, that share that. So anytime, just everybody loves to give tours with Chloe. So
Give me a call.
She'll call it. She'll definitely take you around. So come see what we do. You know, that's probably the most important thing, is get to see every day the kids. Like we said, did it this morning. They're having water week this week, so the playground is full. Everybody's playing in the water and just enjoying. It's so fun. My office looks out at the playground, and I just get to watch the kids play and know that this is why we do what we do every day, is so that they can do what they get to do out there and have fun and play in the water.
All kinds of fun stuff. Well, it's been a pleasure. Kasey Ewing, Chloe Burns, thanks for coming in today. SpecialKidsTN.com, and I look forward to the new website next month too, and looking at that. So I'm sure that's been an undertaking.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But anytime we can help spread the word, be sure to let us know. All right,
Absolutely.
We
good
love
to see you, and good luck with everything, Chloe.
Thank you.
All right. Our friends from Special Kids here today. If you missed part of the show, the podcast, it will be up very shortly. You can check that out at WGNSradio.com. Again, WGNSradio.com. And thanks for joining. Have a great day, everybody.